Hi folks, and welcome to Parallel Projections Drawn 8. And I've gone and done a little bit of the setup just to save time. But if you want a start point, I came down 120mm and I came in 130 from the edge of my page. And after that then I did a little bit of labeling and setting up the crates. Okay, remember, if you wanted to post this object that were drawn to your friend in England and you want to put it in the smallest possible box, well, the box must have dimensions then of the width, the height, and the depth, the max of those, and that is we're looking at 104 by 104 high as well, and then the end view is slightly narrower. It is 78mm. Okay, so I've set up that. Now I'm leaving 20mm between these views as well, and down here. The truth is you could leave any, you could leave 10, but it's nice to be consistent, okay, in your drawings. So with that, we'll get started now. So as usual, I would like to get the crate set up for my plan view first of all. So from my starting point, I'm going to put in a 45-degree line, and I will be able to bounce my views off this now, the crate, the edges of the crate. When I bring those across now, I have the max width or dimensions for my crate. So we can start going and populating these now. So if we look at the drawing there, we can see it's going to come in 52. And the end view, I'll do the end view first today. And looking at that, the height goes all the way up to the top there. So I can put in a heavy line there. Heavy line going across here. And from the side, it does look like the letter L. Now when I put in a height, I always run that across the two views. I'll need it over here later on anyways. And now we can go ahead and draw this. Yeah. And now there is something happening on the inside in here that we can't see. So remember, we need our hidden detail for that. And it's 26mm in from the edge. That's that taken into account. And now we also have kind of like a shoulder coming up here. 52mm off the ground. If you look at your drawing there, it's 26 and 26. Which is 52 of course. Put in a heavy line there. Again, lightly run that across because the heights will always be the same in the end view and the elevation. And now we can go ahead and we can tackle the end view. So we're going to mark them off again, 26. And if we come in 26 from the other side, that will get us all the width we need for our elevation. Lines drawn in lightly first. And then we'll go heavy. And now to finish out our plan view, drop down all our width from elevation, and we'll bring them down from the end view as well, the depths. And that is our in-view elevation and plan. Now, the next thing there we're going to do is we're going to have to draw an oblique at a scale of 1:2. So that is half and everything, okay? So we can do that over here. Depends on what kind of way you want to look in at this, okay? So I might just do look in straight from the front. It's the simplest, okay? And if that was 104, this now becomes 52 millimeters over here. So we'll draw our crate first. And the front is based on a square, so it'll be 52 by 52. This goes back, has a depth of 78, so half of 78 would be 39. And again, I'm just going to divide that up into 3 because there's 3 main depths happening. There's this, there, and there. It's going back, and that'll be 3/13 in the scale view. Again, we'll divide up this. Half 26, that's 26 down there. Scale in 1:2, 13 in from the left and right. And the last thing, we need to put in our heights. Now I'm just going to set up a kind of like a grid on the front of this. So once you have your main measurements on the side, you don't need a lot of to be measuring everything. You can just find where the lines crisscross, and that'll find you where the lines finish then. And now that is our isometric finish there. So we'll label that, of course. And if you're doing a drawing, you'd always say the scale, which is 1:2. And the last thing we have to do now, folks, we're doing an isometric sketch of this. So remember, all lines will be going in one of these three directions in general. So if we want to start off there with what's like our chicken's foot, okay, all will be going parallel to 1, 2, or 3. And after that, remember, using the techniques, maybe you might use a sliding pencil. And it's up to you how big you want to make this. Now we know there, if we're talking about, it's kind of broken into 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks high. So if you want to divide up that then, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we come over 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going back 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3. If you want to think like that, you could make this object out of sugar cubes very easily if you had them at home. And we start off then sketching in. And remember, you can use the pencil as a guide. Okay, keep it going on the right track if you want to. And we'll start in sketching there now. So. And that is our isometric sketch. Now I'm going to colour the whole thing in now. To be honest, I probably should have, usually I do like to do, I just said I do it the opposite way today. I usually do like to do the sketch first, colour my sketch, and then, you know, it helps me visualise everything else as I'm going through. Sometimes though, no harm to work with backwards through a question the opposite way. So I'll stop talking now and I will colour in my work. And so that's it, folks. Now, so please apply colour to all of your drawings. That is in order. I want to see that done in all your drawings because it really helps with the visualization. So again, just to go over a few basic things before we leave it. When you're standing in plan view, that is what you see there. If you were standing in at the edge, you would see the end view. Sorry, you should be standing over that side. He'll be projecting the end view over here. Okay, and similar to see the plan view, you'll be looking down like that, or flying overhead like Superman, looking down on top of the object. Okay, so hope you found that video useful, folks. More videos to come. Take care and stay safe.